Faraway places and interesting people all sound romantic. But take it from me, they all look the same at the point of a gun.
Frank Lovejoy as Mike Barnett, television's famous man against crime. Brought to you by Lilt. All new, brand new, wonderful new Lilt Home Permanent.
Hello, I'm Joanne Jordan, and this is new Lilt Home Permanent with Squeeze Bottle Magic. Its magic new squeeze bottle makes new Lilt the fastest, the easiest home permanent ever. Here, let me prove it to you. With any other leading home permanent, it's dip, dab, down, up, again and again. With new Lilt, it's so much faster and easier. Just squeeze, it's a breeze. And what about the saturation you need for longer-lasting curls? This other leading home permanent didn't even saturate these curls made of blotting paper. As for Lilt, it saturates instantly, more evenly and thoroughly. It's this perfect saturation with Lilt that gives you lovelier curls that last and last and last till you cut them off. Isn't it wonderful? A squeeze, easy way to curls that last till cut. Get new Lilt Home Permanent.
There's a railroad that runs from Oran to Algiers. I figured I'd see a lot more of North Africa from a train window than from a plane. That much turned out to be true. I also figured the trip would be calm and restful.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Tonnerre! This is what comes of traveling on trains which have only one class.
Not bothering me.
You're not as close to him, monsieur.
Excuse me. You're an American, aren't you?
Yes.
Is your name Hopkins by any chance?
No, it's Mike Barnett. 2 T's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you looked like someone I once met in Omaha. I'm from Omaha, you know.
Well, you're a long way from home.
Oh, you can say that again.
No, I don't think it's that good.
Wasn't the scenery beautiful this afternoon?
I like it even now.
But it's pitch black.
I know.
North Africa is so romantic. All the Arabs and everything.
Yes, the Garden of Allah.
Are you, traveling on business, Mr. Barnett?
No, I'm on a vacation.
Oh, but you are a businessman, though, I'm sure. You're in, let me see, oil.
No, I'm in hot water most of the time.
Oh, you're a plumber?
No, I'm a detective.
A detective? A private detective?
That's me.
How wonderful! I never thought I'd actually meet him. Oh, how endlessly exciting.
Don't you have any private detectives in Omaha?
You're in danger all the time, aren't you?
Well, I am pretty brave now that I think about it.
And modest, too. My name is Clarissa Burton.
I don't want to disillusion you, Clarissa, but actually people only come to me for things they don't want to take to the police.
Oh, but all the adventure.
Yes, adventure's part of it, but the money is, too. You know, $50 a day in expenses, and I'll work for practically anybody that wants to hire me.
Anybody?
Well,
Him?
oh, yeah, I'd work for him quick.
Pardon, monsieur? You wish me to employ you? At the moment, I do not...
Some other time.
Zut alors! Oh, wat een essen voor zijn.
We arrived somewhere?
No, it's probably a water stop. We're not due in Algiers for at least an hour. I had a... See, I don't see any water tower. I have a... Oh, I don't believe it. Don't believe my eyes. It must be a mirage.
What is?
Look over there. They're holding up the train on horseback. A bunch of Arabs dressed up in burnouses, the whole works. This is right out of the desert song.
Do not joke, monsieur.
Oh, I'm not joking. Look for yourself. See? They gotta be kidding, aren't they? Maybe they're making some new old movies for television.
They are not kidding, monsieur. Haven't you not heard of the troubles with the Arabs? You know what they're taking from the train?
No, what are they taking?
Guns. Guns, mademoiselle. Guns for killing, for revolt. Perhaps they'll keep aboard the train and massacre all of us.
That will not happen. You will stand quiet, monsieur. Very quiet. One move and I shoot. The beau voici, monsieur, huh?
Oui? Oui?
Hello.
My wallet's right here. Come and get it.
I do not want your money.
You know, I think you're right. I think it is guns. They've got a truck right alongside the train, and they're loading it.
I knew it. The nationalists?
Oh, and Hopalong Van Adam here is one of them.
Oui.
In Algiers, I was questioned by the police along with the other passengers. No one seemed able to make any identifications of the hold-up artists. After that, I found myself a room and started to get ready to go see the sights. That was the theory, anyway. I win it.
Hello, Mr. Barnett. Remember me?
Well, Omaha.
May I come in?
Sure.
Thank you. Wasn't it awful being questioned by those police?
Oh, it wasn't really that bad.
Say, I think I saw that Mr. Hopalong Van Adams in the hall just now.
Who?
You know, the Arab that had the gun.
You know, today all Arabs have guns.
It was exciting, though. My goodness, what a story I'll have to tell him when I get home.
You know, you're going to be the toast of Omaha.
Please go ahead with your... Why, Mr. Barnett.
A present from Mother.
Did you give the police a lot of tips in the case?
Not a single one.
But being a private detective and all, I'm sure you must have noticed it.
Well, I'm awfully sorry, Omaha. I guess I let you down miserably.
Oh. Oh, what on earth is that?
It's a hand grenade.
Oh! Oh, my goodness. I nearly blew us up.
It's harmless.
You mean it isn't loaded?
Well, you don't think I'd carry a suitcase full of TNT around Africa, do you?
Well, what have you got it for?
I picked it up in Oran. I thought it might make a nice ashtray.
How do you like Algiers?
Well, you know, I really don't know. I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
Oh, I...
Come in. Mr. Barnett? Yeah.
Oh. Seemed to come up at the wrong time. Maybe you could see me at my hotel. I'm staying at La Belle Tour.
What's it all about?
I'd rather see you alone. It's rather confidential.
Oh, I guess I'd better go. It must be a caper of some sort. That is, unless you want me to help.
I'll let you know. Bye, Omaha.
All right. I'll be right outside in case you need me.
That's fine. Bye-bye.
Right.
Well?
I'm an American, Mr. Barnett. My name's Jones.
All right, let's say that it is.
You're a private detective.
How do you know?
Well, I was told.
So?
Well, I worked for some pretty important guys, but they played too rough. Now I want out.
Why'd you come to me?
Some friends of mine told me you were a right guy.
What do you want me to do?
I want to get out of the country, but I'm broke. I was hoping you could lend me a couple of $100. I'd pay you just as soon as I get back to the States.
Why don't you go to the American consul?
Look, I'm taking a chance just coming up here talking to you. If I went to the consul, they'd kill me for sure.
Well, I don't...
You're under arrest.
Dead. Now you will come with me.
Are you police?
Miss Barnett, I've been arrested.
What?
Are you police?
No tricks, monsieur, or you will be no more alive than he is.
Dip, dab, dip, dab, dip, dab, dip, dab. If you're still dipping and dabbing with your home permanent, here's great news. With new Lilt Squeeze Bottle Magic, you get the fastest home permanent ever. Just squeeze, it's a breeze. And what about the saturation you need for softer, longer-lasting curls? This other leading home permanent didn't even saturate these curls made of blotting paper. As for Lilt, it saturates instantly, more evenly and thoroughly. It's this perfect saturation with Lilt that gives you lovelier curls that last and last and last till you cut them off. Isn't it wonderful? A squeeze-easy way to curls that last till cut. Get new Lilt Home Permanent.
I am Captain Dufy. This is Lieutenant Renaud. Your passport, please. Michael Barnett. This is the name?
Yes, that is my name. I want to register a formal complaint now. I want you to call the American consul.
And this is your wife?
She hasn't even proposed to me yet.
Pardon?
I never met this lady until I got on the train.
I see. May I ask, monsieur, why you are now giving me information when you completely refused to answer my questions to you in the car coming here?
I wanted to make sure that you were really police.
Ah, you were being precautious.
I was being precautious.
He's an American detective.
Yes, we know that. Unfortunately, this will not help Monsieur Barnett's case with us. You, Mademoiselle Negro.
I can go.
You will go now, Mademoiselle. Where are you staying in Algiers?
Hotel American. But
Good day. If we need you, we will find you. Renaud, voulez-vous accompagner Mademoiselle? Bien, mon capitaine. Voulez-vous me suivre, s'il vous plaît?
Mike.
It's all right, honey. I'll call you later. Bye. Take care. All right, let's call the American consul.
Hear what I have to say first, monsieur. Renaud, voulez-vous sortir? Voulez-vous attendre dehors, Renaud? Perhaps we can work together to great mutual advantage. Now, you were aboard the Oran train.
I was on the train when the nationalists took the guns off. Yes.
You are mistaken, monsieur. It was not the nationalists that overrode the train. It was made to look so,
I
but
saw them take them off with my own eyes.
they took guns, yes, monsieur. But they abandoned the guns an hour later in the desert. Their interest was not guns.
What was it?
Money. American money. A shipment of 250,000 American dollars.
Oh, I see. So these bandits dressed themselves up as Arabs so the nationalists would take the blame?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I think that's pretty good. Shows a little imagination.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. But this money belongs to my government, and we intend to get it back. We need somebody who could be instrumental in getting this money back to us.
I see. Me, perhaps.
Right, you. You see, they will need a man who could legitimately have American money. A man with a passport who would be able to change the money into French francs. We think they had planned on the late Mr. Jones.
You mean that man you shot in my hotel room?
Unfortunately.
Doofy had a problem. He'd lost his contact with the underworld. I was the obvious replacement. His offer was good. It was the usual percentage, but his methods were cockeyed. They would never contact me as Mike Barnett, private detective. But if I could work it out that I was Mike Barnett, fugitive, I stood a better chance of getting an offer of the job.
Let us suppose, as you suggested, that you were to escape from this room. Do you know where the late Mr. Jones was living?
Now, wait a minute. He told me. It was called, LaBelle Tour Hotel.
Oh, yes.
Now, supposing I go there. I say I'm a friend of Jones, and I get in his room. It is then possible that they will...
It's possible. However, I must warn you, monsieur. It's a very dangerous thing. You might disappear into the Casbah and never be heard of again.
Me and Hetty Lamar.
Pardon?
Never mind. Now, supposing they contact me, how do I get the information to you?
Oh, simply tell the desk clerk at La Belle Tour to send you a bottle of whiskey.
You mean that's all?
That's all.
Oh, he's one of yours.
Exactly.
All right. Now then, how do I break out of here?
I will go out the door there and speak to this officer. Oh, no, my lieutenant was just here.
Well, you're outside the door. There's no windows in this room. How do I break out?
Can you climb, monsieur? And stupidly, I have left a table here. And a high chair. I should be back in perhaps 10 minutes. Should you decide not to undertake this thing, monsieur, I would understand. Oui. Ah non, mais moi je crois pas qu'il restera là. Moi je crois qu'il est facile. Écoutez, allez voir.
Mon capitaine, regardez. Il s'est échappé par là, par la fenêtre.
C'est possible, mais qu'est-ce qu'il a fait?
I got to the hotel room formerly occupied by the late Ben Jones in La Belle Tour Hotel and waited. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, same. Wednesday, I had now caught up with all the sleep I'd lost in the last 10 years and was starting to get an advance on the next 10. On Thursday, I decided I would throw in the towel if nothing happened by 4 p.m. At 3:35, I became the world's tic-tac-toe champion, having defeated myself in 482 consecutive games. And then at 3:40, he showed. I waited for him to speak. I hoped, but I didn't really believe he'd say it. But he did.
Come with me to the Casbah.
And so, ordering my bottle of whiskey from the room clerk, I went on to Act 3 of this cockeyed plot. The Casbah is quite a place if you have a guide like Abu to point out the hot spots. After a while, we went into a particularly evil-type alley, up some stairs, and voila.
Ah, Monsieur Barnett. What a pleasure to see you again.
Well, hello. Oh, yes, hello.
You recall me now, don't you? We were fellow passengers on the train.
Yes, I remember.
You recall that at that time, when you offered me your services, I said not at the present time?
Yes, I do.
Now, how unpredictable life is. Now I'm in a position to make you a very lucrative offer.
Oh, thank you. I see. You were saying?
You knew a man by the name of Ben Jones.
Briefly.
Briefly. That is very good. Very good, briefly. Well, I imagine you only talked to him for a few minutes before the police shot him.
Yeah, that's true, just for a couple of minutes, but I learned enough at that time to, interest me in the proposition.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. You'd like to work with us, huh?
If there's enough in it for me.
Oh, I think we have at least two important things to offer. One, you escaped from the police and are wanted by them. We will help you get out of the country. Two, you will be well paid for only a few minutes' work.
Changing money.
Exactly. What a pleasure it is to do business with a man who is direct. I remember some of the things you had told that girl on the train. Oh, yes. I forgot the girl. Abu. Barakhod. El Tupra.
The girl?
Oh, safety measure. An insurance for me. I know you will understand.
Mike, I knew you'd find me.
Well, that's more than I knew. She is your insurance?
Insurance, as I say. You will take this package of $250,000 in American money to Algiers. Two of my people will accompany you. You will exchange the money for French francs, and there we are.
And Clarissa here?
She remains with us here. We know that Americans are sentimental about women. So long as the correct amount of money in French francs arrives back to us, nothing will happen to her. Word of honor.
Mike, what are we going to do?
Well, honey, you're comfortable enough here, aren't you?
What?
You know, this deal is all right. Now, exactly what is in this for me?
My very best offer. I don't like to haggle, so I will tell you honestly what I can afford. 10%. $25,000.
$25,000 is an awful lot of money. You fellas pay a lot more than...
Then who, monsieur?
The, other fellow.
Oh, well, I told you we were being generous. We have a great many expenses, too. You have no idea.
Mike, you're not really planning...
Well, $25,000. Think what you could do with that in, say, the south of Spain.
That is so true.
I'd like to think it over.
You may do that, Mr. Barnett.
I'd like to, sleep on it.
Mm-hmm. Very well.
Good. You tell Ben Abu to pick me up in the morning, and then I'll let you know...
Wait one moment, please. Yes? Talking. Yes, he is with us here now. You wish to speak to him? Really? Uh-huh. I will tell him. The whiskey you ordered will not be delivered.
Oh, I see. The clerk was one of yours.
One of our most valued associates. It looks as though you will sleep on our proposition tonight, Monsieur Barnett. In fact, you will not wake up at all. And neither will this young lady.
That's a grenade. Recognize it? Now, if the young lady and I go, we all go together.
Titan bomb!
Perhaps we can make a deal, Monsieur Barnett.
No deal. I'll take those guns. Now you take the ashtray. With a Cosmo. Well, Captain, certainly very nice of you to come down and see us off.
Before you leave, there are two things I must give you. First, your check.
Well, thank you very much.
No reward in this part.
Thank you. Clarissa and I will split this.
Oui, but this is for just one of you.
What is that?
The rank of honorary inspector in the Algiers police, Monsieur Barnett.
Well, thank you very much. Doesn't a kiss on both cheeks come with this?
That is the custom, Monsieur.
Then I think we'll split that with Clarissa.
Next to me, Mommy likes tight, clean clothes.
The cleanest clean possible is Tide Clean.
Tide clean, Tide clean, Tide clean.
A bright new morning and a fresh start in Tide Clean clothes. Even hard-to-wash places like the collars and cuffs of those shirts are the cleanest clean possible. Tide Clean. No leading wash day product made. Nothing can beat Tide for getting those clothes clean. Boy, it just feels good to slip into fresh Tide Clean shirts.
Clothes look better, too. Sure, there's a difference in cleanness. Believe me, I've tried enough other products to know. Yes, next to my family, I like Tide Clean clothes.
The cleanest clean possible is Tide Clean.
Tide clean. Jai-Alai is a Cuban game played with a hard rubber ball that bounces like a bullet. And love, also a Cuban national sport, is played just as violently. I found myself mixed up in both of these games on that exciting island in the Caribbean. You'll hear all about it next week. I'll see you then. Good night.
Man Against Crime was brought to you by new Lilt Home Permanent with squeeze bottle magic and by Lilt Refresher Wave. If your permanent needs touching up, there's a special home permanent created by Lilt called Refresher Wave, specially created for touching up ends, bangs, stragglers. Get new Refresher Wave, only $1.25. Charlie Farrell and his friends on the fun-filled Charlie Farrell Show tomorrow evening. See your newspaper for time and station.